days ago, when Atiku was discussing on the issues of Peter Obi, that Peter Obi went to Labour Party, Atiku was accusing Peter Obi that he has gone to a party that doesn't have a national structure. It doesn't have members of the National Assembly, State Assembly, governors, or anything. So it was an unknown political platform, as Atiku mentioned then. Now, what is the result of what Atiku is doing? He is repeating what Peter Obi did in 2023. Atiku is moving into a political party that is very, very unknown. A political party that doesn't have members of the National Assembly. So to say, I think they have one member from, was it Kogi State? You can't eat your cake and have it again.
Like this in wonder shall never know. Yes, no be small you. A strong PDP shifting, you understand? He don't use man to blast Atiku. And he said that Atiku will lose 2027 presidential election, you understand? So the reason why he said this was because Peter Obi is coming back to a PDP, you understand? So, and he also gives some vibrant reasons why he says so, you understand? So please, I want you guys to please help me to share this video. Also drop your thoughts under the comment section and follow me for more updates. One love for Sugar Boy.
Atiku was accusing Peter Obi that he has gone to a party that doesn't have a national structure. It doesn't have members of the National Assembly, State Assembly, governors, or anything. So it was an unknown political platform, as Atiku mentioned then. Now, what is the result of what Atiku is doing? He is repeating what Peter Obi did in 2023. Atiku is moving into a political party that is very, very unknown. A political party that doesn't have members of the National Assembly. So to say, I think they have one member from, was it Kogi State? You can't eat your cake and have it again.
But some will argue on the contrary. Some will argue on the contrary that he did well during the last election. He came second, and that he must, have a very strong. I mean, he has proved it over the years that he has a strong following, nationally, particularly in the north. And so maybe on that premise, he felt, you know what, anywhere I go, my loyalists will go with me. Do you think this is the case?
Mr. Dapo, we need to shift our thinking from the politics of North and South. This issue of Northern agenda, I think, is one of the very ingredients that is destroying this nation. I hate it when people talk about it is time for the North or it is time for the South. But I like it when you said, let us give it to the North or let us give it to the South, since the North did their own 8 years. That is inclusion, that is unity. But you cannot come out and begin to say that this is the time of it has never been a time of North or South. It is about Nigeria and what Nigeria stands to gain for. You understand? So the issue here is Atiku has been banking on the support of the PDP structure, not his own support as a politician. Let's go back to history. In 1993, when Atiku runs for president under SDP, Atiku ran for president, but his late boss, late General Musa Yar'Adua, pushed Atiku and asked Atiku to step down for MKO Abiola, late of blessed memory. Atiku stepped down with the intention that he would be nominated as a vice presidential candidate to MKO Abiola. Then subsequently, the man who ran for the ticket with MKO Abiola was Babagana Kingibe, the immediate past national secretary of SDP. And the governors of the SDP united and said, no, we want our national secretary to be handpicked as the running mate to let MKO Abiola. And that was what happens. So if you see how things are going, it shows that the governors, the national structures of the party owns the party, not an individual. A party is bigger than an individual. So you cannot move from PDP and go to ADC and ask a sitting governor to move with you when you do not even consult with the governors, when you do not even consult with the members of the National Assembly, when you do not even consult with stakeholders of the party. Atiku is micromanaged by some individuals who feel their interest is not addressed in the PDP. So that is just the truth of the matter. We are just running away from the truth, and Atiku is running away from the truth. And let me tell you this: with this process now that Atiku has left PDP, I am telling you, Mr. Dapo, caught me anywhere and mark my words. Comes 2027, Atiku will lose election again.
You say that with all confidence. Sorry, you say that with all confidence.
Absolutely, I'm saying it with all confidence.
In spite of his performance in 2023.
Let me tell you something. Towards the build-up of 2023 election, there was balkanization in the PDP. Atiku, as a national leader and as a leader of the opposition, should have stood firm and unite the party despite the differences of the aftermath of the primary election. But he refuses. He refused to extend his hands. He refused to honor some agreement with some of the aggrieved PDP governors of the party. He refused. And what happens at the end of the day? He lost the election. So you cannot bank on an individual and think that you can get what you want at any time.
All right.
Politics is about number. Politics is a game of negotiations, alignment, realignment, and other aspects of it. So you cannot just sit down at the comfort zone of your room with some few individuals that they cannot even produce what you expect them to produce from their state and think that you can win election in Nigeria. Nigerian election is far beyond one regional part of this country.
All right.
Nigerian election is far beyond north or south. Nigerian election has to be...
All right, Khalid. Your point has been made very well. But at this point, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing in Honorable Chris Ayo is a PDP chieftain and also the former Commissioner for Information for Ibom State. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television. And of course, I joined in this conversation right now with Honorable Chris Ayo, as a PDP chieftain, the former Commissioner for Information for Ibom State. Thank you for your time. I still have on the panel to Khalid Barao, is the SSA to the Executive Governor of Bauchi State on Empowerment and also a member of the People's Democratic Party. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. Let me come to you, Honorable Ayo. Let me first start by asking what you think of the idea of zoning, particularly the presidential ticket. And His Excellency Atiku Abubakar's exit from your party. I'll pick something from what Mr. Barao did say. He said that Atiku largely banked on the structure of the party as against his personality to gain such followership and political momentum. Do you think that is the case?
Yeah, certainly I believe in that assertion. Believing that because we have other political parties, even exiting the PDP because of assumed, perceived standing or challenge of leadership, then it should have gone to a whole lot of persons are gravitating towards that, trying to make it look humongous and big. So if he's too sure of his own personality, following, then he could and then let go ADC. So it shows that he's looking at the strength of the party to do the way he did so with the PDP. So I believe in that assertion that is following where he can have the platform with many persons to run, not because he feels that he has his own personal following or followers to help him win the election.
Honorable Ayo, what's your take on zoning the presidential ticket, for instance, where there are clamors now that for now the ticket stays in the south for the next election season, and then maybe it goes up north? Do you think that that in a way impedes in the way of competence, capacity, or the idea of putting the right persons in the right places?
Yes, I believe and encourage zoning for a number of reasons. Nigeria, and especially the presidency, because the fact remains that Nigeria enjoys what we call fragile unity. So we need to give a sense of belonging intentionally to all the constituent parts of the country, so that when someone becomes the president, then whatever happens to that presidency, you'll be able to exercise some patience, knowing that your own turn will also come. More so, democracy is at incipient level. There is a need. What we have is experimental democracy. So therefore, we need to adopt some strategies to have it have foothold going forward. In the future, it shall not be so. It should be thrown open. Already, the Constitution does not bar anybody. When the party comes to say our presidency, our ticket, our zoning favors a particular zone, that does not foreclose any other person backing on the provisions of the Constitution to go into the race. But then the spirit of the party will remain where the party has collectively zoned its ticket to. So zoning for now is necessary. Going forward, when our democracy will have matured, we can do without zoning. But let us allow the zoning to gain foothold so that Nigerians will have faith in the fact that certainly everybody is included.
Honorable Ayo, if you can hear me, we're having a bit of difficulty trying to connect with you, but I think we got a bit of what you were trying to say. But let me bring the question back to you, Khalid. Khalid, what would you say as regards the influence of the FCT minister in the party? We know that to a very large extent, that was even the crux of the party's internal rift that snowballed into defections and what we see right now. But I'd like you to speak on the FCT minister. He is actively working for the current government and still claims, or is still a strong member of your party, which is the People's Democratic Party. As a party member, what do you make of this?
See, for you to be a current member of the party and work for another government, Wiki, by Sanyeso Wiki is not the first person to do that. I could remember in 2007 when President Umar Musa Yar'Adua came on board, he formed what we call the Government of National Unity. And then Senator Saidu Umar Kumu was the National Secretary of ANPP, if I could remember. He was holding a high-ranking position in ANPP. And when President Musa Yar'Adua formed that Government of National Unity, he extended his hand of fellowship to other political parties. And I could remember vividly well, Senator Saidu Umar Kumu was appointed a special advisor to the president then. So coming back to what former Governor Nyesom Wike is doing now, serving as a minister of the Federal Capital Territory, frankly speaking, everybody has his own wound in the party or in politics. So sometimes we try to manage our own wounds so that we'll move forward. It's his own constitutional right to accept an appointment. And I could remember Honorable Minister Nyesom Wike said he wrote to the party at the state level and the zone and the national that the government is offering him a space to come and serve in the government, and he wrote to the party, and the party acknowledged that and give him the go ahead to accept that appointment, not even knowing that he will be appointed a minister of the Federal Capital Territory. So to me, I see that as a call to service in our own nation. Assuming now, as senior special assistant on empowerment to the governor of Bauchi state as I am, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu now said, "Can you come and serve your nation?" Would I say no? No.
So